Hello and welcome. My name is Natty Cash, and we are back with our playthrough of Asbury Pines. Last episode, we did look at some of the story of Danny Pratus, and there's another story that was revealed from Everly as well. We're gonna jump now and try to do some more of the future timeline stuff here. Let me just turn down my headphones for a moment. So more things are going to proc open here, which is what we're looking for. So we're going to continue to progress here and get everyone pushing in this direction so we can start unlocking some of this future timeline. Um, Over here, there really isn't anything else to unlock. We do have Enoch Bohiggins, but right now, the Jazz Age, there isn't really much unlocked here, so we can't really do too much. So before we jump into here, I'm going to let some of these other things progress. We did have a story unlock from our deserted suburbia. So again, just giving us an idea of some of the landscape that we are in, and then we'll come back to some of the individual stories here as well. So deserted suburbia, we did read a little bit about kind of some of the statistics around like people that were dealing with the survival and stockpiling and stuff. But let's take a look at this one, what this one says. It says, controlled burn. Sometimes a farmer chooses to burn their field to drive out the infestation of disease-carrying rodents. Better to kill the crop and the vermin with it than to let the problem spread. Every Monday and Thursday, a small group of armed pinies leave Fort Asbury and burn a few abandoned suburban homes in the sprawl around them. Better to destroy these structures than to let scavengers and raiders use them for shelter and concealment. So, kind of slowly tearing down the community over time, which is certainly tough here. I do have someone progressing to do this. I don't really know, like we have 3,000 electricity already, but I do want to start progressing to see if we can unlock these over time. That will take a long while as you see it's ticking up very slowly, the percentage wise, so we'll kind of let that run. But in the meantime, we have everyone over here that's kind of living life at the moment. Leah's blocked for the moment, which potentially if I unlock some more stuff, it won't be. But let's look at Jehovah Jim's first story here. Righteous Jehovah, shepherd of the burning world, my Lord of reckoning and rebirth, all thanks I give to thee for guiding my apostles across the highways of death. We live in the burning of the world, a noble destruction. I am thine instrument to restore thy kingdom. In thine name we deliver into hellfire a band of mercenaries on the war roads beyond town. Utmost. Amen. From the deep north, my path of holy bloodening has followed Nadine, queen of thine new kingdom, angel of life, eve of thine earthly paradise, my dear sister. 10 years gone, 10 years lost, 10 years yearning, this divine mission in thine good name brought me to the pagan hold of Asbury. We rammed through the barricades and took the town like fires of Babylon. My apostles revved the armored trucks and hollered with hearts full of purpose. The people were many, but they lacked guns. I knew this beautiful gift to be thine sign. And so we tore the pagans from their homes, chopped their beards and long hair, and baptized them in the streets of thine holy name. Our machetes blessed the resistors and released their souls. The head of their heathen chief Deborah Wolf is bathed in thine divine light. Atop the post office flagpole, the satanic black flags of the descending mercenaries burn with your righteous fire. Glorious Amen. For Fort Asbury is purged from earthly maps. This is now the heart of thine kingdom, O Lord. This is New Eden. Amen. Amen. So yeah, his doomsday warrior and prophet certainly is interesting here. So my assumption with that, based on this, is Deborah Wolf maybe is we'll see here. Maybe it'll show that she has passed away here. Yeah, Deborah Wolf was beheaded, so that's just making that distinction there. So now we've got a few different things going on here. Deborah's idol, so let's put her back. I think she was helping out with some of the government stuff here. Let's put that there. And you know what? Let's move all this over here so they're all working on the same thing. Perfect. And then in the meantime, I am going to send Leah back over to make some more plastics as we go. But let's take a look at Leah and Gavin's storyline here as well. So Leah is talking to her mom. You don't get it. Jehovah Jim sees the holy light in me and my friends. That's why he branded the J cross on our arms. He wants to use you, Leah. He uses anyone he can for whatever he wants. Don't you remember the fires and violence when he came? We lost Uncle Aaron. Well, I know it's sad, but sacrifice is a part of creating heaven. You'd know this if you read the Bible, and if our Jehovah is so bad, then why does he take my friends for rides in his battle cars on the big roads and give us fresh biscuits, and preaches how it's us young people who make God's kingdom here in New Eden? That's also what Jesus shows us. How is this so wrong? Answer me this, Leah. Oh, this is her dad now. Answer me this, Leah. Do you think you can kill? Because that's how his thugs bring back new clothes and foods and supplies. Are you able to take someone's life just for their things? I already did. Leah, what? You don't understand. It's the purest kind of baptism when there's blood and water. Ask anyone. Oh, my baby. No, no. The man we found by the road wouldn't share his bounty with God. We knew of a camp in the woods and was a selfish devil hiding his bountiful knowledge. Jehovah gave us blades, and we released his soul in the river, and then we were baptized by Jehovah as apostles. Apostles! That means we can be saints now. Don't you get it? So she's kind of fallen in for this story here, but let's see what we have for Gavin here. Book of Observations, December 12th, 2078. Deep humidity has set in for months now. This is the warmest winter I can recall. Animals seem maddened and worried. Air tastes like moss. Mushrooms grow abundantly. Mayflies appear in great swarms. So that's his observation of the world. But then Fort Asbury, or New Eden, approximately 80 people. That doesn't seem like a lot. The town is more bone than flesh. Stick figures with hollow eyes, sad and defeated. I ache when I see them. No one guards the public library. In total, I've freed 54 books from the mold and cobwebs. No moon in 2 nights, so I'll make the trek and free some more. Books can save us. Salvation lies in the preservation of knowledge, facts, and ideas. In the past we are found, saith Quentin P. Brown. Right, Dad? The more she learns, the more Deneve begins to see it too. The potential for rediscovery, regrowth. She is voracious for anything with words. A sharper-minded spirit. I love her more than anything. Events. Jehovah Jim is warring more. Clan battles in faraway towns. Raiding parties leave for days at a time. They return with goods to feed and clothe people. Paltry at best. Sometimes they return with slaves. Children of the dead are groomed to fight. And we have got something new here, but I think it's going to be related to what we're reading here. So I'm going to shut this and then we'll come back to it. Some people worship him. Why? Safety? Desperation? I don't know. The madman's control of the large lanes outside of town protects everyone from other roving psychotics. One of the library books said this mighty junction of roads was built a century ago by a criminal named Cal Holt, which we have talked about already. This was the same Cal Holt that kind of was a bit of a gangster, legitimate businessman, as it says, and Aldous eventually, sorted that out. It's interesting that in that perspective, 1969 is 100 years ago. Let's keep taking a look here, and we'll kind of progress until we get to this new timeline that we're in. So let's take a look. Jehovah Jim. So he's talking to Apostle Doug. Praise be Jehovah. I have urgent news. By today's head count, we're down to less than 130 servants. Right? And Gavin had said about 90. Apostle Kevin thinks they're fleeing town at night. Many of them. Disciples, Apostle Doug. They are my disciples now, not servants. Alas, they do not know. Disciples, of course. My worry, Divine One, is that we won't have enough disciples to work the fields and fill our food reserves for winter. We only have 6 barrels of potatoes. maybe 60 pounds of dried meat, a dozen sacks of wheat or so, 72 gallons of fuel. Oh, they do not know. Pardon my ignorance, I don't understand. They do not know that the Lord delivers all into mine hand, and I will smite the non-believers, and I will give their carcasses unto the fowls of the air, and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in New Eden. Amen, amen. Amen, yes, what is your command? Take heed, Apostle Doug. Dispatch scouts along the highways at night. Stay in shadow until you pounce. Make them speak of my lost lamb, Nadine. If they do not, may your holy blades take the heads of those willing to abandon God and his plans of paradise. Stake their heads along all roads that lead out to town. Let all know that God is here, close to me. Praise be. Amen, amen. So he's really just going to be taking out a bunch of people in this process. Now, there are 2 events here. I kind of want to wait for Jehovah's Gyms to progress and proc here as well, but it's kind of going a little bit slower than what Gavin's is. We'll read this and see. We did have a story kind of similar to around this time. This was just to old Danny Pratus. This is just a little poem, I think, that Gavin had written. And then he passed away in 2069, which I don't know if this lines up exactly as it's supposed to, because then this statement here was 2078. So maybe don't look at that necessarily. This is the farthest in the future timeline. So let's take a look. Observations 2079. The world, unthinkable. Today marks 100 days of unceasing rains. To recall a blue sky feels impossible. Clouds are gray and laden with moisture. 100 days of unceasing rains. Wow. The forest is mud and swamp. Deneve and I had to relocate to Mount Ulysses last week because of unceasing floods. She cried inconsolably when we had to leave books behind. Each day it's harder to keep our goods dry. I live in constant fear of mudslides. Arrow hunting remains unviable. Bush traps wash away. Fur blankets rapidly rot. Rabbits, foxes, and underground critters drown and putrefy in the muck, leaving a feast for snails and worms. Amphibians abound. We can hardly find anything to eat besides wild radishes, mushrooms, and bullfrogs. We are sick of it all. Our attention is focused on writing and poring over the books we saved. Deneve, 9 and strong, is authoring a compendium of useful facts in case we have to abandon more books. I fear her intelligence is wasted on this world. Fort Asbury, or New Eden. I've been too preoccupied with relocation to observe the town with any consistency. 2 months ago, when I met Heather, so thin, in a pine forest outside of town, she described New Eden in disarray. Drainage systems have clogged, streets are shallow pools, and the rec center is flooded, along with many other homes and storage buildings. Food is even more scarce. Jehovah Jim claims there is a mighty harvest to come with this deluge. He has forced the emancipated people to build a wooden platform tinted with tarps so that his war cars won't suffer further water damage. So yeah, that water, and we'll get a little bit more into some of the story here, causes this. In 2081, a period of unceasing rain transforms the region into a shallow sea. This is 2 years after he's stated that it has rained for 100 days straight. So potentially it rained for a long, long time. Here, between endless horizons of fresh water stilted on top of the concrete structures of the past, is the village of Aslandia. Like a society on lily pads, large huts and shanties are interconnected by makeshift bridges, docks, piers, and small boats built from the trees of the nearby pine forest shooting up through the water. When the men return from hunting seal and diving for oyster, and the women have finished weaving rope and salting fish, the elders build a great fire to tell stories of the past, stories about the strange things below the surface, buried in the mud, like cars, computers, and silly green paper called money. So this is really kind of pulled everything back, and yeah, to have this flooded world is what we see here. Well, let's continue some more of these stories as we go in this timeline and kind of see how all of this turns out. Jehovah Jim. My disciples of New Eden, this is the 43rd High Mass of Armageddon time. I avow unto thee, worry not of hunger and clothes, for you are in Jehovah's light. Our holy warriors relieve the unrepentant pagans to their sustenance and clothes. Their damnation grows his blessed people. You all, my brothers and sisters, take this bread ripped from undeserving hands. Take these clothes shed from sullied bodies. Give praise, for thy suffering and toil strengthens New Eden. With each day we build our own redemption. Therefore I tell you, worry not about your life, what you will eat, or about your body, what you will wear. For life is more than food, and the body more than clothes. Consider my warriors. Do not sow or reap. They have not no storeroom for barn, yet Jehovah feeds them through God, and your value can match theirs. Worry not for who you are. By worrying, can add a single hour to your life. Can you not? Or since you cannot do this very little thing, why do you worry about anything else? Faith, brothers and sisters, give unto Jehovah, his divine vessel, thy unbounded faith. Remember that battle is the greatest redeemer. God sees no rank in the holy crucible. Let us baptize the world anew. So this is kind of the same time or roughly the same time, when he's saying that, yeah, there's he keeps going out and raiding other places, kind of taking their stuff. We'll kind of see this play out here, I think, momentarily. We do have another natural location revealed from the future, which is oyster reefs, which is interesting. Now, let's look here. We're going to be making snails, which is kind of gross, I guess. I don't know. We've got steel, electricity, and plastics. So we are going to be needing more electricity, which is good that we've got it being produced here. Steel is not something that we've seen yet, so we are probably going to run into a bit of a roadblock here until we have production for steel unlocked. So yeah, we do have steel and snails as two more commodities that are open to us, but we don't have a way of producing that. We do need to have some computers in the future, or sorry, some plastics in the future. However, that's going to become tough because only 10% of the plastics move from this time to the future. So we're going to need some more, because I believe, yeah, Gavin needs some more here. So kind of an older Gavin, so age 72, science advisor to the community here at large. So this is going to progress a little bit more. If we take a look maybe further into the future, we will eventually have some scavenging options and also some work options, but we probably need to progress more in that area, as well as there will be some some future artifacts to discover there as well. But we're going to let these progress. We could take a look back and see if there's anything else that has been revealed to us from the past, but I don't believe so, right? Going back to Dream Romina over here, the Jazz Age, nothing here, I don't believe, because we didn't have anything that we could scavenge or work at that timeline. We don't have anything, I think, from our Space Age or from the present. So we're really kind of looking at this future here. We are going to have Leah story progress here, and Jehovah Gems, which I think is probably the best place for us to stop, is to see how this finishes up before we jump into our new timeline of the Tides, or our new future section here called the Tides. So they're kind of progressing. I guess I could have Gavin come back and do something here. He's going to have him produce some more plastics, I guess. And we do have another one from Leah. Oh, it looks like hers still needs to progress further. We'll see if we have time for that. But let's read this. Mama and Dad, I know I'm not who you want me to be. I am an apostle of Jehovah, and that is the most important thing for me. I pray that you see his light one day. At sundown, Jehovah got blessed with a vision from God on high, and he says we are to go west and seek out mountains called the Great Rockies. It is a place where the roads climb out from water and meets the sky, and we will be even closer to the Almighty. Isn't that amazing? Jehovah promises we will come back with cooked meat and fresh fruit and get you all to take you to paradise. This keeps my heart full. God said we have to go tonight because the waters are up to our knees and the rain isn't stopping. And if it gets higher, the cars will not run, and the way to paradise will be lost. When the Lord calls, we must answer, you know. All of us apostles are loading the caravan as I write this letter. I have to go help. I'm sorry for all the pain. I love you very much, but I love the Creator most because that love will deliver us from the death of everything. I have faith that I will see you soon. From Leah. So it looks like they basically are going off, and kind of similar to what was stated here, going off to get supplies, find their new home as the waters keep rising. And hopefully in a little bit, then we'll see Jehovah's story. And then that's probably where we're going to leave it off for today. In the meantime, I don't know if there's other areas where we can get people to work. He doesn't have any research skills, which maybe doesn't make him as useful. That's why he's idle. Same with young Enoch here. There are some of these that get blocked because we just can't scavenge fast enough for some of the work locations. Where is that specifically? That's happening in the space age here. So if I go back to scavenging for a moment, do we have... Oh, sorry, it's over here. Do we have the fastest people possible? Yeah, Cal is the fastest there. And then the raccoon, certainly there. And what about here? Cal is fast and the raccoon is fast. We should probably maybe put Aldous on here. I don't know if that would make much of a difference because it's also not oil that's our backlog. It's the wood that's our backlog. So I'll leave it at that. Finally here, we do have the passing of Jehovah Jim. It says, Jehovah Jim's truck explodes on a makeshift road mine during his assault on the new Denver Citadel. So he basically dies out in this adventure. Don't know what's going to happen with Leah here, but we're going to wrap it up there. Some new timeline to explore, and a new looking at 2081 and this new flooded world that we are looking at. We'll jump into that some more and see if then that starts to reveal some other things. Future timelines, past timelines, I'm not sure yet, but we'll tackle that next time. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like my content, and we will see you again soon. Bye for now.